my name is Charlotte and I'm the president of the Business Management Society at the University of Liverpool. And I'm just here today to give you some of my favourite revision tips that should hopefully help you smash those exams that are coming up. Revision tip number 1, be organised. There are so many different ways to get organised. However, the top favourite way of organising my day is definitely to-do lists. They just tick them off as you go along, which gives you that extra little bit of motivation, and it really effectively plans out your day. I also use these wall planners that I put all of my modules, all of my seminars on, but also add a little sticky note whenever I've got extra things coming in on my schedule. And then I'd like to plan out all of my deadlines when they all are, as well as my grades, so that it gives me that little peace of mind and ease way when it comes to planning for those assessments. And then also my weekly planner that I really do pound in on where I'm going to be going during this week and what I'm going to be doing. And it really does help me having a drawer that I just put all of my notebooks for each module and everything for that extra bit of organisation. Revision tip number 2, set out a workspace. In terms of setting out a workspace, now if you have a room or a desk in your house that you can use as a revision area, then please take advantage of that luxury. That is a resource that you could be using to really help yourself grasp into revision as much as you could. If you can't, then don't worry. If you have to do it from your room, then that's completely fine. All I would say to really help bring out the effectiveness and the productivity that you can bring into revision, get out of your bed. There's so many people that I know that sit in their bed trying to do revision notes, and as much as it may be comfy, that's the place where you go to sleep. That's a place where you relax. So you don't really want to be doing your work with the mindset of relaxing. Another tip for you is also, if you're going to do it in your room, that's completely fine, but try and get out of your pyjamas, or as much as you may like it, your jogger bottoms. Try and dress smartly, or maybe do a little bit of makeup, or just have a shower before you start working, just to get yourself into that mindset that you are there to work, you are in a professional environment, even if it is your bedroom, and that will basically put your mindset in the space that you are needing to be doing revision. Revision tip number 3, different learning styles. So there's 3 different types of learning. There's kinesthetic learning, there's auditory learning, and there's visual learning. I will go into these with a little bit more depth. However, I do want to say that I've connected a link below in the description, and you can actually take a test to see which learning type is better suited towards you. So kinesthetic learners, they're very practical learners, so they learn whilst doing something. An example for this with revision is looking at case studies and maybe even role play with them, or past papers. Auditory learners, they learn through listening to things, so in terms of revision, this could be listening to a lecturer explain something. And visual learners, very much as it's called, it's just when you learn through looking at something, so lecture slides, maybe PowerPoint. So it's really great for you to know which learning type is better suited for you. I really do encourage you during your revision to try out all of these 3 learning types. Now, whether this is post-it notes on your walls, or it's a lecture going, maybe you're watching a YouTube video but you're just listening to it, or maybe you're trying out kinesthetic learners through going over it with your friends and trying to grasp the material together through brainstorming. It's a really effective use of your time to use all of the 3 different learning types to really grasp the material in so many different ways. Revision tip number 4, build in rewards. Here's for all of those that are firm believers in the incentive motivational theory. This is all regarding why should you bother doing something if you don't get something out of it. Now, whether this be your favourite snacks, or maybe even just giving yourself a break, sometimes you've just got to do something for something else. You know, revision isn't anyone's favourite thing to do. So if you can just tie it in with your favourite things to do, then it should be a win-win situation. Really helpful tool that I like to use with my revision is using the 50-10 rule. So this is, you do 50 minutes of revision and then 10 minutes of a break. So whether this be going for a walk, you know, a 10-minute walk, it doesn't seem like a lot, it doesn't even seem worth it, but really fresh air can really help you get back into the mindset of working and with a clearer mind as well. Or you could just watch a bit of TV or something, but I do really encourage you, in a COVID world where everything's on a screen, to take that 10 minutes and really get away from the screens. So maybe do some drawing, or maybe, I don't know, write a book if you want to. Anything that just gets you away from thinking about revision. Tip number 5, look at exam specification. Now this one kind of ties in with being organised. It's just a different type of being organised. So instead of clean workspaces, this is more to do with your actual exam preparation. So please just look at the marking specification, look at the exam specification. I don't know if they're separate things, but just look at any type of specification to do with that module in that exam. Note everything down, note the key dates, note the percentage of grades that this contributes towards. Write down how many words you have to put in, or whether it's going to be a multiple choice, or what type of exam it is going to be. And also have a look and see if there's any key kind of details as to what type of things they'll be covering in the exam, whether it'll be over the things that you've learned in lectures, or I don't know, maybe it's going to be like the key little things that you wouldn't expect it to be. Good thing to note down is also the reading lists. So whether you want to read a whole book that your lecturers have recommended, or you just want to take key things out of it, just have a look at what it is and maybe scan through it, or maybe even type in the book and see if it's on YouTube, or if there's some kind of support on YouTube. It's always really interesting to see what books they recommend, because those are the kind of things that you can get in-depth detail with. And even if you've only scanned through it, when you're doing the exams, especially seeing as they're open books nowadays, so they tend to expect a little bit more depth from you, you can always refer back to these books, and you can maybe possibly remember a chapter that was on the certain topic that you were answering in the exam. Sorry. So there you have it, my 5 top revision tips. I hope that they work as well as they do for you as they do for me, and I really do hope that all of your exams go really smoothly. I don't want to be one of those people, but I do want to tailor my content towards you, especially you University of Liverpool business management students, because that is the society that I'm doing and running for you. So please, can you subscribe and also comment what more you want to see from this channel? Otherwise, I'll keep spamming you with stuff that you may not even like. But that's for me. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.